One of the things that I like the most about testing units against each other and learning about the mechanics of this game is not necessarily to get better at Rome 2, because to be honest, and this might surprise some of you, I could not care less at becoming good at a particular game just to be good at a particular game. Unless you make money from playing, that is essentially meaningless. You can either have fun playing a game or you can not have fun playing a game. I have a lot of fun playing Rome 2, but when it comes to being a good player, I really couldn't care less. However, the essential thing that interests me about finding out how the game works is the same thing that interests me about learning new things about anything else. It's about challenging what you already know and being open to bringing in something unknown into what you already know and to increase your knowledge. And that applies to everything you do in life. If you're going to do something, make an effort to understand it and to make it more enjoyable, more fun. Now that's just how I like to do things. Some people couldn't care less how things work, how the world around them works. I really need to know how everything works. So, and that also goes for Total War Rome 2. When I started playing this game, there were a lot of things that made absolutely no sense to me. There still are many things that make no sense to me, but at least I understand why they make no sense. So, one of the things that I've always held as a truth is that slingers of equal quality, equal cost will always beat archers of equal quality, equal cost. And that is based on observation of what happens in the game when slingers meet archers. But I have, of course, not been paying attention to the massive cognitive bias that I have with slingers, because in a patch, I believe it was patch 6 or 7, I'm not entirely sure when that bug was introduced, but in that patch a bug was introduced where slingshot bounced. That meant that one slingshot could hit several men, and it was ridiculous and it was hilarious to destroy 9 Oathsworn armies with 6 slingers. However, that was patched out, of course, and after that slingers were effective but not as effective. So the thing is that I have always thought that Balearic slingers beat Syrian archers one-on-one easily, because I usually do that when I play. But I think that might be in how I use them, not because the slingers, the Balearic slingers, are stronger. And this test is designed to show why. We're going to have Balearic slingers fire at Syrian archers. They are going to be at equal range from each other, of course. So against archers with a shorter range, slingers are of course going to do better. But when the range is the same, that advantage sort of goes out the window. Slingers have the advantage of having a higher rate of fire. They have more armor penetrating damage, but they have less armor. One thing that is very important is that the Balearic slingers have a 20 or 25, I don't entirely remember, chance to block missiles. So looking at these two units, there is more health for the Syrian archers, there's more armor, there's more base damage, but there is less armor penetrating damage. So, when these two units start firing at each other, the Syrian archers are going to be able to take more damage because they have more health and more armor, while the Balearic slingers are going to be able to take less damage. They're going to be able to reduce less base damage, but they're potentially going to be able to deflect more AP and base damage because of their shields. So 1 in 5 missiles that hit against the Balearic slingers are going to be deflected when they're fired upon by Syrian archers. So let's start killing some shit. Here we go, starting to fire. And both are losing a few men. The Syrian archers are losing more men initially, but then they're starting to really rack up the kills against the Balearic slingers. And the Balearic slingers are actually getting wrecked by the Syrian archers. They are not using heavy shot, they are not using precision shot. They are just straight up destroying the Balearic slingers. So, slinger unit dead. But now the archers are out of ammunition, I believe. They spent their entire ammunition load on destroying those slingers. But they still, well, the slingers are going to come back. I think they have a bit more ammo, so we're going to keep firing a bit just to see See what happens, see if the Slingers can inflict some more damage there. But the Archers are going to be able to defeat the Slingers. Now the thing with Slingers is that Slingers have a lot more ammunition. So while Archers can spend their load quickly and do a lot of damage to units quickly, especially if they're firing into unshielded sides, Slingers are going to be able to cause damage for a longer period of time and can be absolutely deadly in the late game. So I believe these units are completely out. Yep, they have their swords out, so they are out of ammunition now. But they were able to defeat the Balearic Slingers with 53 men remaining. Decent result. Now we're going to put Syrian Archers up against Cretan Archers. And Cretan Archers used to be the best archers in the game, with 40 missile damage and 150 range. They also have 1 shot per minute more than the Syrian Archers. But the Cretan Archers only have 30 armor now. They used to have 35 and they used to have a shield. So this means that the Syrian Archers, although they only have 35 missile damage, they're going to destroy the Cretan Archers when no abilities are being used. And that is massive. That gives Rome being able to destroy both the Balearics and the Cretans with their Syrians, makes the Syrians a very good choice to counter the skirmishers of Carthage. But again, they are going to use all of their ammunition in doing so. So just be aware that if you're trading skirmish fire like this, then you won't have much ammunition left to spend on elephants or infantry. But for Rome, getting the Balearics and the Cretans off the field, very useful. For Carthage, going up 1-1 against the Syrian Archers of Rome is a horrible idea. Terrible idea. But now we're going to test how different abilities affect the outcome, because Balearic Slingers have quick reload, the Syrian Archers have precision shot and heavy shot. Heavy shot is going to boost their missile damage up to 40, and it's going to increase their armor penetration damage to the same levels as the Balearic Slingers. So we're getting a bit closer here. So quick reload, precision shot, 41 missile damage. Now the Balearic Slingers are dropping quicker. The Syrian Archers are dropping quicker as well, but now the abilities wear off. The Archers got a slight lead. The Balearics were more effective with quick reload, but the auxiliary Syrian Archers are still going to destroy the mercenary Balearic Slingers. When the quick reload wears off, they're going to survive with actually more men because they used precision shots. So using precision shots against enemy skirmishers, even against slingers like these Balearic Slingers, very effective for the auxiliary Syrian Archers. Now we have the mercenary Cretans up against the Balearic Slingers, and the Cretans also have quick reload. So let's see how the Cretans do against the Balearic Slingers. And again, we're just moving up very close here, almost point blank range. Here we go. Doing a lot of damage quickly. The Cretans are also taking quite a bit of fire, but the Balearic Slingers are getting wrecked by the Cretan Archers at short range. So the Cretan Archers able to destroy the Balearic Slingers a bit more quickly than the Syrian Archers, because they have 40 missile damage, of course. So slingers, some slingers are very good anti-archer units, and that is mainly the slingers that have both good armor and a good chance to block missiles. And surprisingly enough, the best slingers for this are the slingers of Suebi, because they have 30 armor and they have chance of 60% to block incoming enemy missiles, and that is of course massive, absolutely devastating for enemy skirmishers. So you never want to trade skirmish fire with the Germanic slingers. Just don't do it. Quick reload and heavy shot, I believe. Yep. And quick reload and heavy shot, it's going to destroy. If you get in range and you're able to do this, they're going to be able to destroy these. This is basically these results are as devastating as if the Cretans were in the forest and firing at the Balearics in the open. The damage done by heavy shot and quick reload together will just destroy auxiliary Balearic slingers in seconds. So the Balearic slingers are not great against armored archers. The Cretans are not great against armored archers either. They used to be very good, but now the armor of the Syrian archers, even though they have lower missile damage, it's going to mean that the Cretans are going to do worse against them. And against the Cimmerian heavy archers, it's going to be even worse, because they have 40 missile damage as well as good armor. And when the Cretans lost their shields, because Cretan archers have a shield strapped to their back, this used to give them a chance to block missiles. Even though the shield was on the back, it still blocked missiles from the front and from the coming in from the left. When they lost that, they just became a lot less powerful, and the cheaper Syrian archers of Rome are in many situations now superior to the Cretan archers. The damage output of the Cretan archers is higher than the damage output of the Syrian archers, but in a straight up skirmishing fight, the mercenary Cretan archers are not going to do well. The same goes for your Balearic slingers. They are probably best saved for taking out high value enemy cavalry and infantry, and not in engaging heavily armored archers in ranged combat. So that's it. I learned quite a bit from this short test, actually. I hope you found some interesting insights as well. Strength and honor.